segments. Okay. At this point, you'd had about 3
hours
3 hours
sleep the whole weekend. I mean, we literally, we were sitting and waiting for him. Because by the email, he
Now,
meant
in that
business.
email, what did he threaten to do?
He threatened to break in the house and rape me and break Josh's jaw. And in the beginning of it, he said I was going around running my mouth.
Okay, so that was supposedly the reason for threatening to do this, right?
Yes. Well, the only communication I had with him was over leaving Tiffany alone.
Right.
And I work in Lewisburg.
And had you had called him. How had you talked with him before? How did you talk to Josh? Was it on the phone or?
No.
Okay.
It was through MySpace.
Oh, okay.
But, I work in Lewisburg. I have no association with anybody in Marlington. I don't talk to anybody in Marlington. I have no friends in Marlington.
Yeah.
My friends are the people I work with and the people I have accounts with.
So you kind of talk all day long anyway, right?
On the phone,
to them,
I'm on the phone all day long.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the warrant thing. Tiffany come home, she got off the bus, and she's like, Mom, they didn't arrest Josh. He was standing up there in the yard. And at this point, I was pretty upset. And I called and I left Brad a really nice message. I really don't remember what I said because I was so mad.
Yeah.
But I raced back to Lewisburg and I went and purchased a shotgun. Because you know what? If they wasn't going to do anything and they wasn't going to protect us, then I was.
So now you had filed a complaint with the sheriff's office that Josh Wolfong had sent this threatening email, right?
Yes.
And so you were expecting him to be arrested for that threatening email.
He told us he would be arrested on that day, on Monday. And he said that he was facing a $500 fine or 6 months in jail or both. That the charges would be harassment by email.
Yes.
Well, Tuesday come along, I sit here, I tried to hide my vehicle behind the barn, didn't hide it very well. But I sit here with the shotgun, and I sit here and waited for him to come in this house. And I called the sheriff and told the sheriff what I was doing. And I said, you know what, you need to have your officers do their work. I was told there would be a warrant served on him, and I was told there would be a camera brought to this house.
And none of that happened?
None of that happened.
Now, how long ago has this been? Was this under the new sheriff or the old sheriff?
This is the new sheriff.
Oh, okay. All right. So
And
you talked to the sheriff, right?
Yes.
And he told you that, had he indicated that Josh would be arrested?
Well, he said that as soon as Brad come in, he didn't come in till noon, but as soon as Brad come in, both him and Brad would come to the house with the camera.
Okay.
They never showed up. Wednesday, I went to work. I called the magistrate's office, and I said, has there been a warrant issued for Josh's arrest? And they said, yes, it has. So I called JL and asked him the same thing, and he said, yes. And they both said, we don't know where to find him.
Wait a minute. We don't know where to find him. Well, Josh lives in this community, doesn't he?
Yes. And he's been in trouble several times.
So
I'm
they
pretty sure
had reason to know where he might be.
I had to give them directions to where to pick him up.
These are the 9/11 people you had to give directions to.
Yes.
They gave him time to do it.
Wonder what was going on that they just couldn't go ahead and make the arrest.
Because in the email it mentioned about I could get all the drugs I needed off of Jesse. So what they did is they started investigating us.
Oh, okay. So they turned the tables on. The cops turned the tables on you.
Exactly. And they left 5 days 5 days for Josh to follow through with his threat.
Right. And so you're in essence complaining about the amount of time that they left you in potential jeopardy.
Yes.
Now, apparently they did eventually make the arrest, right?
After I called complaining because they hadn't.
But they waited 5 days.
Yes.
And they had ample opportunity to have made the arrest.
Yes, they did.
Well, when they made the arrest, what happened there? Do you know anything about the circumstances of the arrest? Where did they find him?
He, I assume, was up half a mile away from us at his mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in front of the magistrate, and it was Dana Miller, and he received a $100 fine and court costs.
$100 fine?
$100 fine.
He threatened
and
to
court
kill
costs.
you, to break in and rape you, right?
Yes.
And for that, he got a $100 fine.
Yes.
That's remarkable. Wonder why it wasn't $500 fine.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that is
I
remarkable.
spoke to the prosecuting attorney in Greenberg County, and he told me basically what they did is they give him the minimum sentence possible.
He would give the max.
That would have been Dana Miller doing that, right?
Yes.
And she was serving as a local magistrate, right?
Yes, she is.
So she was actually, she lives here somewhere in this community, I understand.
Yes, she does.
And she felt like that your charges of threatened rape was only a $100 fine.
Yes.
That is remarkable. That it seems strange in this county that crimes against women don't take much precedence, do they?
No, it doesn't. And it also depends who you are.
Yeah.
Basically that's what it boils down to, is who you are. And I assume they did not feel that I was worthy enough of being protected.
Yeah. Well, I can understand your beef with it, because he could have followed through on his threat, and likely would have if he'd have had his way. And they gave him 5 days. So it's a good thing it wasn't some type of emergency in their eyes, right?
It didn't seem to be.
Well, during that 5-day period, did you see Josh anywhere?
We did see him. It was at Little General, and we drove by him a couple times, and he was talking to somebody in a red vehicle. When we went by the last time, he went to the passenger side of the vehicle and was emptying his pockets. I assume was getting drugs out of his pockets.
Uh-huh.
And jumped in the vehicle and they took off.